Kia ora, everybody, say kia ora, everyone. Donnalouise here, and thanks for popping by. I am in the best of moods because I had a wonderful weekend puzzling with friends up at the Canterbury Regionals, put on by the amazing team of the New Zealand Jigsaw Puzzle Association. Thank you so much. My Dunedin team of Alison, Victoria, Julie, and myself went up, and we all competed in the teams event together. So we did some practice run. I want to show you 2 time lapses of practice runs that we did before heading up. So the first run here is Ducks in the Clearing. Now we knew it would be an eeBoo brand jigsaw puzzle, 1,000 pieces, and we assigned like tasks. We knew exactly who was doing what. We dump out the pieces, we full flip, pull out the border. Julia and I do the border to the point that eeBoo puzzles, we've noticed there's some tall pieces and wide pieces, and I take the tall pieces, she takes the wide pieces, so we each have 2 sides of the border to complete. Allison and Victoria just sort as much as possible. And as soon as Julia's done with her part of the border, they have something ready to give to her. And she loves like solid colors, skies, water, grass, trees. She loves that. Then I grab a small pile and I start building small sections. But as soon as anyone is done a section, they hand to me and I start putting in the puzzle. Julia will often put her own sections in the puzzle, but if she doesn't know where it goes, she doesn't waste her time. Like, I'm the one who focuses on the image, get an idea where everything goes, place in the puzzle. When Allison and Victoria are done sorting, then they start building. And you can see this one was tricky. We left a lot of the green pieces to the end, but still so happy with our time. 55 minutes and 55 seconds. That was a great run. Now you're gonna see the photos are not the best because eeBoo is quite shiny and glary. And no matter from what angle I try to take a photo, it's quite difficult. We're puzzling in my basement here and the lighting isn't the best. So we did another run, Magical Amsterdam, same process, full flip, pull out the border. And you can see here how we are each working on our own sides of the border. Julia's so fast. She's so much faster at border pieces than I am. And they already have a pile of pieces ready for her to go. And then I have some sections to do. What I enjoy though, is at any point, I will stop puzzling, if I have to grab boards from the rest of them, to enter their finished sections into the puzzle. And if I'll put my board to the side, or sometimes I'll hand it back and say, here, I haven't finished these pieces. See that board right there has stuff that either Victoria or Allison have completed. And when no one has anything completed, I grab a board and some pieces and I start building. And Julia's doing the whole bottom area. It's like water and a bridge and whatnot. We just work so well as a team together and we have so much fun. I absolutely love it. We knew for this competition, we could have as many boards as we wanted, any size. So we really optimized and have improved on how we use boards in the competition. And I like that the New Zealand Jigsaw Puzzle Association, they're like, bring trays, bring boards, whatever you want, spatulas, it's all good. We did really well, 54 minutes and 12 seconds. So very pleased with this time. So very happy. Again, not the best photo of the completed puzzle, but it was lots of fun. We did do another run, but my camera died. The battery didn't finish because it was a tricky puzzle. This is Parliament of Owls. So difficult, so tricky to sort. It took us a lot longer to do. We approached it the same way. The only difference was Alison and Victoria had a hard time like making piles. And so we had a lot of unsorted pieces at the end and just had to go through and grab what we thought, went where. Very difficult puzzle. Still so pleased with our time, just under the 90-minute mark at 1 hour, 29 minutes and 3 seconds for probably, definitely the most difficult of the 3 puzzles we had done on the day. So I prepared for the trip. The competition was up at Christchurch. It's like a 4.5, 5-hour drive for me. The night before, I pulled out the Trefle cubic gradient because it has the unlimited fit technology. And I tried to do as much as the puzzle as possible. And then I actually packed it up and brought it with me because I knew I would not be able to do the pink, red, orange gradient. I just cannot see that. So I brought the puzzle with me in hopes that people at the competition would help me finish it. I also packed up the boot of my car with all my extra puzzles. As you know, I don't keep a huge stockpile of puzzles, so I brought 61 puzzles with me up to Christchurch to sell, and I sold 37 of them. So thank you to everyone that bought a jigsaw puzzle from me. I really appreciate it. On the way up to Christchurch, Allison was staying a bit outside of Christchurch in Ashburton. So we stopped at her hotel and we did 2 more practice runs. And remember, we tried to do in the worst conditions with the worst lighting. We traveled with our tables, so we had a proper table, but 2 of us were sitting on the bed, 2 on chairs. This first puzzle was called Vintage Library. Lots of fun, lots of stuff to sort. Really enjoyed it. And I love anything with writing too. And so this was a great time. 50 minutes and 15 seconds. One of our fastest eeBoo puzzle. And then we did another one, Paris in a Day. I've heard it titled A Day in Paris as well, so I'm not sure what the correct English title is for it. This one, trickier, but still a nice puzzle. Really enjoyed it. 57 minutes and 47 seconds. Then Julia, Victoria, and I headed up the rest of the way to Christchurch, and we were staying at the same hotel, rooms side by side. And that evening, Julia and Victoria did an individual practice run. They were competing in individuals. Alison and I decided not to. You see here, Julia is doing a square eeBoo. Victoria's doing a circle one. The square one takes up so much more room, and this one at least was a lot glossier, a lot shinier than the circle one. So that was quite interesting. Unfortunately, I don't remember the names of these 2 puzzles. I think Julia's doing one with a lot of birds, and Victoria's, was it an underwater one? Oh my goodness, I honestly cannot remember, and I didn't get closer photos. But yeah, they practiced the night before. Before moving on to the competition and all the details of the event, just a quick shout out to Peace Relax for being our channel sponsor this year. I'm so excited that our collaboration puzzle will be released in mid-November. More details to come on that, and I'll be doing a couple of videos on it as well. Right now they have a beautiful range of Halloween-themed jigsaw puzzles, and I actually feel they would work year-round because they're just so adorable. Walter the Wandering Ghost, a lot of them feature Walter, a design by Catherine Blower, the artist. I'll leave links to their Instagram official website and Amazon storefronts in the description below. Go check them out, and thank you again so much, Peace Relax, for working with me this year. I do absolutely love their jigsaw puzzles. So in preparation for the competition, I had to go fuel up with, I know, decaf coffee, but still. And then Julia and Victoria were both participating in individuals, so I had to cheer them on, give them a little pep hug and get a little photo before the day started. And we were on our way with Adele there from the head of the New Zealand Jigsaw Puzzle Association kicking things off. What I really like is that they give you time to open the bag, pull out the puzzle, slit the stickers or remove the shrink wrap, whatever it may be, and you have a few seconds to actually see the puzzle, have a minute to process, and then go. I love that. It's less nerve-wracking, and I honestly wish every competition would do that. So for the individuals, the puzzle in question, 500-piece eeBoo circle puzzle called Dogs of the World, and I would have absolutely loved to have gotten this jigsaw puzzle in competition. Loved it. I think I would have fully sorted and worked from the inside out. I have not done it yet on my own. I do, however, have Julia's time-lapse here. She was so nice and she allowed me to film her table. Now, this is what Julia said about doing the jigsaw puzzle. So this is from Julia. All I can say about the first go of the puzzle was I should have stopped and looked at the image better. She's referring to when she was allowed to open the bag and pull out the puzzle box. When we first got to see it before the clock started, I decided I would do it by color. After doing the edge and some center, I started to look at colors. It wasn't as easy to differentiate as I thought it would be, and I pulled out a few bits and got nowhere. I should have looked at the image then and made a plan, but instead I just panicked and moved bits around with no plan. And you know, sometimes if you're stuck during a speed run or even just a normal puzzle, you just got to stop, take a moment and regroup and do a replan. It happens to me all the time casually puzzling. And so, yeah, I can see how that can happen speed puzzling. I was all over the place the whole time until I finished. Oh, she's probably being a little bit too difficult on herself there, but I know you can get that feeling where you just feel like you're just being messy with the puzzle. Now, she did a second go at the puzzle and she pulled out the middle blue bit at the same time as pulling out the edges as she flipped. She built the middle, then the edge, then she did the words, the flags, and then she went by color. And she was a lot faster than that initial time by 10 minutes. And also she had put the poster up as reference, not just the box. I asked Victoria how she felt about the puzzle, and she told me that it was her first individual eeBoo that she had ever completed in under an hour. So that's amazing. And it's one of her fastest individual 500-piece puzzles. She hasn't done it a second time yet, but she will, and she's hoping to get closer to the 50-minute mark. I have not sped run this puzzle. I did casually do it with Victoria at the hotel before leaving. My approach would definitely be, I think I would dump the pieces in the box and sort right out of the box into piles. Border, center, writing, both types of writing. If I could do the flags and the, what I called the toys, although a squirrel isn't a toy, I realized that, and then leave all the other pieces of like the dogs for the last. And I think I would have built the border last, would have done the border last. I would have worked from the center outwards. Probably the center, the words, the flags, the toys, I keep saying toys, and then the dogs, and finally the border. So I am going to borrow it from one of them and try to give it a go at some point. But as you know, I've kind of stopped speed running and timing myself. I just think it would be such a fun puzzle to do just even casually. I enjoyed doing it with Victoria. And you know what? We weren't even speed running it, but we got through it rather quickly and we did do pretty much a full sort. Our top 3 individuals, we have Julia in third place with 52 minutes and 48 seconds. She did amazing. Then we have Teresa, amazing, 52 minutes and 9 seconds. So close, second place. And in first place, Rachel, 50 minutes and 42 seconds. Awesome, awesome. They all did so amazing. In fact, everyone did amazing. There were 30 individuals. Everyone completed the puzzle in under 2 hours. They're given 3 hours for the individual event. And look at that. Everyone knocked this puzzle out of the park. And I heard people say that it was their fastest time, a personal best, or the best eeBoo time, their best in competition time. I love that. I would rather it be an easier puzzle, which means everyone can finish, even if it means I come dead last. I don't care. I just want people to have fun. And I love that so many people had fun at this competition. Everyone did amazing. So then it was on to the teams and we were getting ready. The puzzle in question, 1,000 pieces, titled Hike in the Woods. We had not done this one. I believe they tried to get eeBoo puzzles which were unreleased in New Zealand. So like no one really had done any of these puzzles before. Area was full. There were so many teams, teams of 2 people, teams of 3, teams with family. It's just a fun time. Absolutely love teams. Of course, there's some teams that are more competitive than others. I would say we're a competitive team. So here we are. Remember our plan that we had? Well, our plan fell apart within the first few seconds. First of all, normally Victoria doesn't take the lid off the box. Why we decided she would take the lid off the box, I don't know. She grabs the box lid and it's a brand new puzzle, so the lid is more firm. And I'm leaning over to grab the bag to dump the pieces. Allison kind of had her hands to guide the pieces so they wouldn't slide off the table because we noticed this table was a bit slippery. And then Julia was ready to grab the bottom of the box and the poster and stick the poster up on our little tripod thing. Well, Victoria grabs the box, tries to pull the box lid off. The whole box comes up. I'm leaning over. She nearly whacks me in the head. And then I realize I hadn't even started the time lapse. So I go, oh, wait, I need to start my camera. And yeah, what a mess. So there's a bit of the time lapse missing right at the start. And it just made us all laugh. We had a good time. We got there. We got the pieces open. We got the bag open. We got going and we did our typical thing. Full flip, pull out the border. Julia and I on border. Alison, Victoria, sort. And, you know, we just puzzled as we usually did, and we did great. This was a tricky puzzle. Julia worked on that sky pretty much the whole time. It was so difficult. And then at one point, I sort by piece shape her specific pieces. That's one thing we do a little bit differently now, is that if we have separate piles of pieces, we will subsort piles by piece shape if we're stuck on that specific pile, but we won't join the piles together. So like this puzzle felt like there was the upper sky part, like the lower ground part. And I thought we had so much fun. I felt like I didn't stop puzzling the entire time. I was either putting pieces in the puzzle, putting sections for them in the puzzle, or even Julia would hand me like 2 pieces connected and I would put them where they went. 3 pieces connected, I put them where we went. Victoria, Allison were doing larger sections, the mushrooms, whatnot. They'd hand them over, I put them in the puzzle. I felt like I didn't stop puzzling the whole time. And we just worked so well as a team together. I was so very pleased with our time of 58 minutes and 17 seconds. That was amazing. And I love just seeing the crowd of people, everyone puzzling together. I hope everyone had fun. It was a more difficult puzzle, a trickier puzzle. Not the most difficult eeBoo I've done, but definitely not the easiest. So everyone should just be so proud at giving it a go. In third place, we have Piece by Piece with 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 37 seconds. In second place, the family team, the McNaughtons, 1 hour, 1 minute, and 38 seconds. And then we snapped up first place, Adult Puzzling. Oh, it's an internal joke. But anyway, 58 minutes and 17 seconds. We did so well puzzling together, especially after that first initial kerfuffle trying to open the box. I hope everybody had so much fun. Love the prizes that we got. This was interesting. We got some of those sticky puzzle saver things. You peel and you stick them on the back of a puzzle. So the next cardboard puzzle that I want to save to put on the wall, I'm going to try using them. I'll let you know how that turns out. All the teams are listed here, 25 teams in total. Most teams finished the puzzle in the 3 hours. But when you consider some teams had 2 people, 3 people, oh my goodness, everyone did amazing. And it was just, the atmosphere was great. I really do hope everyone had a great time. Of course, for me, the best part is all the puzzle friends, all the volunteers, everyone that helped organize. Thank you so much. There was another area for a puzzle swap. There was a shop selling Ravensburger and eeBoo puzzles. There were some puzzle chests and mini sprints. And yes, I did bring in that cubic gradient jigsaw puzzle, and they helped me finish it. Thank you so much, everyone. And I managed to transport it back to Dunedin without it falling apart. So that will appear in bag D of Earth Chronicles. Thank you so much for that. It was a great time. And then afterwards, to do something a little bit different than we normally do, we went and did an escape room for the first time. And I think that's going to be like a side hobby of ours, to do an escape room all together. That was a lot of fun. My next competition is in China, and I'm inviting you all to come along to celebrate the 2nd anniversary of my 25th birthday. I'll be in China at the time. It's a World Federation sanctioned event over 2 days. There's individual and pairs. You can sign up on the World Jigsaw Puzzle Federation's website. And if you have any questions at all about it, you can reach out to me. I'm more than happy to discuss with you. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to go, because I had the best time in China last year, and I can't wait to be there this year for my birthday as well. So hopefully many of you will be able to join. I know there's so many competitions everywhere, all over the world, but listen, honestly, I don't care if you're a speed puzzler or not, or a casual puzzler. Go to an event, go out, be amongst puzzlers, be amongst people, just go to watch. Go just to sit and do a puzzle and have fun and have a chat. Trust me, you will have the best time. Everyone is so friendly and so lovely, and we all love puzzles. We all love puzzles. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it. I had the best time in Christchurch this week, and thank you for everyone to come out, and the New Zealand Jigsaw Puzzle Association for organizing. Best time ever. And until next time, ciao.